Ready.
All right. Unknown caller, who are you and how you doing?
How you doing, Ryan? I appreciate you bringing me out of the shed because I'm there most of the day and I don't like hanging out there.
Former President Bill Clinton, how you doing?
That's me. That's me. I'm glad to join you.
We're glad to have you here. All right, we got some questions for you.
You shoot, boy.
All right. You served 8 years in office. Can you tell me why you never went after Osama?
Well, this is clear, Ryan. Let me tell you something. Osama was in the Illinois legislature back then, and now he's a senator, and he's running against my wife for president, and I really can't go after him. I think the Senate would disapprove. And so that was really wrong for you to even ask.
No, not Obama. Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan. Al-Qaeda. Yeah, I love their French fries. I love their potatoes and their hash browns. They're really good people.
Not Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda, President Clinton. You know, the people who bombed the World Trade Center?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan. You know, I toured the wreckage of the World Trade Center after it happened, and I found the charred remains of 2 dead women, and I got one thing to say to you, Ryan. I did not have sex with those women. I did not. And so I stand by that decision.
Sure.
I heard a little laughing. I understand. I like to laugh. I like to laugh. But you got to understand something, Ryan. I was the first black president that ever lived, and I got to say, I stand behind every decision I ever made.
Alrighty then. Well, moving on to the next question. How do you think your wife Hillary stands against all the rest of the presidential candidates?
Well, she stands quite well. You see, you got to understand one thing. She has a bigger penis than all of them because I spend most of my nights running away from that penis, Ryan. Every night I say, Hillary, no, I don't want it again. But she is a strong woman. You got to understand how strong she is.
Okay. All right, now the third question I have for you is how do you think she will fare against the male in the Republican Party?
Well, you got to understand one other thing. See, you haven't addressed this, Ryan. You haven't addressed this at all. See, Hillary is not only a strong woman. Hillary has pants, and she wears those pants. She doesn't have knees, but she wears those pants, and she walks with cankle. She walks with extreme cankle. We watch the drip of sweat going from her neck to the crack of her butt every day. Every day. And she's a strong woman. I thank you. And I really have to go. Hello?
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I lost phone for a moment. Okay, President Clinton, hang on one moment for me.
Okay.
Caller from Texas, how you doing?
What's up?
How you been?
I'm pretty good. Busy.
Yeah, I bet. Hey, I've got former President Bill Clinton on the line. Do you have any questions for him?
I heard you had him on there. Yeah, I do have a question for him.
You go right ahead, my young man.
All right. Yeah, if Al Gore were to decide that he was going to go ahead and throw his hat in the ring and run for president, would you support him or would you support your wife?
Well, you got to understand one thing. See, Al Gore was behind me for 8 years. Me and Al stand beside each other. He created the internet. And I got one thing to say about that, and that is he created the internet.
But you would support him rather than your wife?
No, I didn't say that. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You can't understand that. You see, Al is a very, very smart man, and Hillary is another smart woman. You got to understand.
I think you were right the first time, actually, Mr. President.
I can't really talk bad about my wife. She will kill me.
Everybody else does.
Well, you don't understand. You don't understand. Let me tell you something. I support my wife, and I support everything she does. And when she's president, we will all be vindicated. Trust me on that one. Just trust me and vote for my wife. I got to go back to the shed, or she's going to kill me.
All right, one other question for you. What are your personal beliefs on her Hillary care? Do you really, off the record? I promise this won't get back to her. I'll delete the archive as soon as we're done with the radio show. But what do you think about Hillary care, honestly, for a change, Mr. President?
Well, I think when you're looking at expanding universal economies such as we have an economy that is based on fluctuating interest rates. We have an economy based on consumer demand, and when you look at that, you gotta figure yourself out. Can this pay for what people want? And people want care, and I can give that care. I'm the man that can give that. Well, Hillary's the woman that can give that care.
Well, Lewis, you got any questions for the president?
Yeah, I got one question for him. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, go ahead. I'd like to ask Mr. Clinton if he was to be in the White House, what would he call himself? Is he going to be the first husband?
Well, let me tell you something, Lewis. I have a lot of Scottish friends, and they tell me I should be called the first laddie.
Yeah.
First laddie. I thought he would call himself Slick Willie.
Well, no, don't be insulting me now, buddy.
I meant it as a compliment, Mr. President.
Okay, well, I know you're a new father, and I congratulate you on your son. But let me tell you something. This country is great, and I have toured this country, and I've met many women in this country, and I have not had sex with those women.
Just Monica, right?
I never. Well, thank you, and I got to go.
Yeah. All right, thank you for calling in, Mr. President.
Goodbye.
Yeah. That figures.
I think he skirted the question. What do you guys think?
I think so, too. I mean, everybody knows he skirted Monica.
Yeah, no pun intended there.
Did he even answer my question?
Not really. I don't think he answered anybody's question.
I think he completely avoided that.
Son of a bitch.
Damn Democrats.